Hi guys!
And welcome back to another episode of To My Younger Self,
the #1 support network for students and graduates.
made by young people for young people.
It's Aleesha here.
And it's your girl Praise.
And today
we are back!
We're back!
We're back. To you it doesn't sound like we're back, because obviously we have
been uploading consistently. Because we're consistent queens.
Based on what we're going to explain in today's video, that's the whole reason as to why we had to pre-film episodes.
Yeah.
So
it's actually been a very long time since we've been in the studio.
It's been a while since we've been back in the studio together, and it's been a while since we've seen each other. We did see each other last week.
It was rushed, I feel.
Yeah, it was like because we. Aleesha, I can't.
I'm literally like love.
Oh my god, we're back.
Oh my god. So wait, how long has it been since we filmed? Has it been about 2 months?
No, I think it's been
or less.
It's over a month.
It's definitely
over a month. And then last week before we'd seen each other, it'd been like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Roughly. But yeah, guys,
so today we're doing literally like the fattest life update of things that have been happening whilst we've been
both
gone.
our lives. But
both our lives, yeah.
We can't get into that without doing my actual favourite segment, I think, which is the vibe of the week. So Aleesha, I'm back and ready to ask you, what's your vibe of the week for today's episode?
I'm so excited about my vibe of the week this week. Okay. And also, I think this is my favourite segment as well. And my mum also shouted.
Yeah, my brother actually tells me what his is.
Does he?
Yeah, he tells me.
He's
so
like,
cute. I had one. I was like, oh.
That's so cute. We need to have some sort of forum where we can hear our listeners' vibes of the week. Actually comment, guys. Comment your vibe of the week. But guys, I don't know. I don't feel like people know this, but you can actually leave comments on Spotify and Apple. Did you know that as well?
I saw it when I'm uploading it. I leave the comments open. I just didn't know that was a proper thing.
Yeah, so if you feel like it, tell us your vibe of the week, because we're nosy and we want to know.
I'd love to hear it, actually.
Literally. So my vibe of the week this week is an exhibition that I went to that I'd recommend everyone to go to, and it's a serial killer exhibition. Did you know I was going to say that?
No. I didn't.
Very hardcore, very emo, but no, it was so good. So it's a serial killer exhibition world tour, and right now it's in London. I don't know how long it's here for, but definitely go and check it out. Check out the website so that you can grab your ticket and go. It wasn't too expensive as well. I went with my friend Kiva, and it's really cool because if you're into true crime, you definitely find it interesting.
I am.
Are you?
I love it.
Well, then you should go.
Watch it. But I think I like the distance. I can watch Netflix documentaries.
Yeah.
Channel 4.
But actually being there.
Yeah,
well. It is intense. I will say it is intense. I think when I was originally going through it, I was taking things as a joke and being a bit silly and taking selfies with a model of John Gacy and taking photos of Jeffrey Dahmer's kitchen. Okay. But then it's it actually hit me towards the end of the exhibition.
What this is actually for?
Yeah, because there was some really dark things towards the end of the exhibition. I won't even repeat it. And it was just very heavy. And then I went to eat Nando's afterwards, and I actually felt sick. I couldn't finish my Nando's
because
of
what
time.
you've seen.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised.
It was
I'm not surprised, but I do think I have a friend who would actually really enjoy that. Yeah, so I'll recommend it.
Yeah, I recommend it to her.
My vibe of the week. I'm gonna try and get through this quickly, but the actual vibe of the week is that I would recommend to everyone listening to albums in full.
Oh, okay.
Once they're released.
In order as well.
Yeah, in order. Once an artist releases an album, listening to the whole album in one sitting and at the same, in the order that the artist expects it to be. With that being said, I have 3 album recommendations.
Okay, go on.
Which have come out recently, which I would actually think people should give it a listen to because I've really enjoyed it. So my first one is Tyler, the Creator, Chromacopia.
I'm literally on my Spotify now.
So he recently came out with an album after many years, and I love it. Absolutely love it. My favorite songs on there are called Judge Judy.
Is
it on there? Yeah, Judge Judy, Balloon featuring Doechii. That is my absolute favorite song.
Okay, I'm
And then
excited.
Sticky, which I didn't originally like, but it's grown on me. So
Oh, featuring Glorilla.
that's the first album. The second one is Flow, Access All Areas.
Yes.
Now, I enjoy some songs, but I just recommend listening to the album in full. Like, it gives you a whole experience. And the last one is in honor of Aleesha Odell, Lastropolis.
Odell, the man you are.
Which is so funny because time of filming this, he had a concert last night. And
did he?
Remember, I'm not sure if you remember, but I said to Aleesha I wanted to buy us tickets for it. But because I thought she'd still be recovering from surgery, not knowing she's the yapper that she is and she's fine, we could have gone.
Fine, literally.
But yeah, those are my three album
that reminds me, we do need
recommendations.
to get our tickets for what's it called again?
Chromacopia. Oh, yeah.
What's it called?
All Points East.
All Points East. Yeah, we need to do that as well.
Yeah,
that's a good vibe of the week.
Thank you,
You've
girl.
given me a lot
I thought
to
about
save.
it. I was like, yeah, I really want people to at least.
Do you
give
know
it a chance.
that reminds me? Adele was the one who like petitioned a few years ago to remove
I
the
remember
shuffle
seeing
thing.
that. I remember seeing that because there's a whole reason why artists put songs in a particular order, and you can sort of tell from when you're listening to it. So that's my vibe of the week.
I like. Okay.
You ready?
Should we get into the thick of it?
Into the thick of it.
Into the thick of it.
I'm gonna thick of it. Okay, when you're ready.
You want me to go first?
So, I think you go first. Yours is a bit more serious.
Okay.
So where have you been the past couple of weeks, Aleesha?
Where have I been? So I did an operation. You might have seen it. If you do have me on social media and YouTube, you definitely would have seen it. But I did a big operation on October 14th. And it's now the 20th of November. It was a jaw realignment surgery. A technical term is maxillofacial. And essentially they moved my upper jaw forward by like 5 to 6 millimeters, which is crazy. This is the first time like I'm actually... Oh, no. Well, I was going to say it's the first time I'm on camera since the surgery.
But it's the first time you're on the pod.
It's the first time I'm on the pod. And it's also going to be really funny because obviously we still have some like pre-recorded ones. So like you're just going to see different faces. You're going to be like, who is she?
But this is her in her full...
This is me. Full glory.
Full film.
This is me. It's even funny because some episodes I have ginger hair and then it like flicks between ginger and brown.
No, that's me with like my hairstyles when I have braids and then bun and then yeah.
They're thinking these girls are like switching it up every day. What's wrong with them for real? So it was such a big operation.
How did you feel before going into the operation?
I was so nervous, to be honest, guys. Like, I already have, like, anxiety as it is, so it's not great. So I get panic attacks sometimes, and I had one before. But do you know what it was? I wasn't actually nervous about the surgery because I have been told that I might have to get it since I was 13. But I was nervous because I did, like, blood tests for the surgery. I did about 6. And they came back as critical, and they kept telling me that like I have a blood disorder and that I'm at high risk of bleeding out. And there was actually a really scary day when they told me. I saw their reaction to my blood test results like live in the flesh because I was there whilst they were first looking at it.
And I'm sure they didn't try hide it.
No, they didn't try. I was thinking, I'm right here. Like I'm still in the room. She was like, why hasn't this been looked into? This is mad. Oh, this is madness. Or this is outrageous. Like a week before the surgery. So I didn't. Because of that, I was very scared. And also, I didn't even know if I was gonna get the surgery. I actually only got cleared to do the surgery 4 days before the operation.
Which is crazy considering you had been given your date. Like I remember you telling me like a couple months.
Yeah, I was given the date months in advance. And then on the actual day when I went in. Again, I wasn't nervous. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I don't think I actually process things very well. Even, like, when I'm going on holiday, I don't feel like I am. I don't feel excited until, like, I'm on the plane.
Really?
Yeah. Is that the same for you, or? Or, like, when I land, then it's like, oh, my God, I'm here.
No, I think mine's the opposite.
Yeah. Is it?
Like, I enjoy the lead up to things.
Yeah.
And then the only example I have is, like, Greece. When I got to Greece, I cannot remember a lot of that holiday, even though I know it's my most favorite holiday ever. But the surroundings and like being in the mountains, it didn't feel real. and I just knew I was gonna come back and not remember
Mountains?
anything. Yeah.
Where was it in Greece?
It was Corfu, Greece, but we stayed in a town
Ah.
called Paleokastrica. I'm not saying that correctly, but I'm saying the phonetics. So if you want to look it up, look it up.
Yeah.
But it was amazing.
Yeah,
So
that
I'm
sounds
the
so
opposite.
good.
Like,
yeah, we're the
inverse.
we're very similar in a lot of ways, but we're very opposite in a lot of
Yeah.
ways too, I've noticed. Yeah, so yeah, I was literally driving there and they were like, "Are you nervous?" And I was like, "No, not really." I was just listening to like Travis Scott and like listening to different types of music on the way. But then like it hit me when I was in the waiting area, my dad had to leave because he wasn't allowed to come into the ward with me. I started crying. Oh my days.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I flooded.
Aleesha, that's so cute.
Yeah, and the nurses were like waiting for me, and I was like, I don't even care, they can wait. Like she's holding the door open in it for me to go through, and I was like, I don't care, they can wait. Because when I was hugging him, this sounds so dramatic, guys, but I'm being honest. I thought I was prepared to die. Like I thought I was going to not come out. Yeah, I'm really serious. I'm smiling, but I'm serious. Because you know me, I'm always
smile.
smiling.
Why would you smile when you say that?
I'm always smiling. No, like seriously. So like when I was hugging my dad, I was like, this could be the last time that I hug him. Like that's how I was thinking.
You know what? I do feel like you think like that. No offense.
Yeah, like
I do feel like you think like that, and I'm like, go what? Why are you doing that? I feel like you prepare yourself for the worst, even though
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, I prepare myself for the worst, but I am still very positive.
Yeah.
Because I think what got me through this surgery and why I recovered so quickly is because I had such a positive mindset.
Yeah,
like,
true.
Literally every day, like I was doing positive affirmations. I was just trying not to get depressed because I knew, like, if I allow myself to get depressed and everything and feel down, that it would just be a million times worse.
Yeah, it will impact everything, like even your recovery. Which, talking on your recovery, how was coming out of surgery and then the couple weeks after that?
So when I came out the surgery, I was really happy. I was just very grateful that everything went well because all the surgeons told me everything went perfect. And honestly, like that day, like as you know, because from FaceTiming you and everything like that and filming and making TikToks.
I was like, there's no way.
Literally, that's how most people found out that I was okay, was like they went on TikTok and then just saw me going, I love pills and Percocets. Just so
Did you feel woozy at all?
Yeah, I felt so out of it. Like the only word to sort of describe how I felt was spaced out, like just saying silly things and really energetic as well. Like it was an energy boost. It was weird. So yeah, I was fine the whole day after coming out the operation. But then what happened later in the evening was quite scary. And I don't know, have I told you this? What happened later?
Oh, where you fainted?
Yeah, I did. So I was fine, and then up until about 7:30 p.m, that's when things kind of went left. So they now told me to get out of the bed to help me get dressed so that my dad could come and pick me up. And when I stood up, I just felt like so hot, like a wave of like heat over me, and I just felt really dizzy and nauseous. I feel like it was like everything catching up with my body. And then I literally felt like I was dying. It was really weird, like not to sound dramatic.
Have you ever felt like that before?
No, I've never felt like this in my life because I have fainted a few times before, but this was really different. It was just very overwhelming, and like it was just the body temperature that I had was just like insane. Like I felt like my body was burning up. So then they sat me down on a chair, and then I remember like literally being sat like this in the chair, and I remember the doctor saying, Aleesha, don't put your head forward, because I kept going like this. She's like, don't put your head forward. And then she was like, Aleesha, don't put your head back, don't put your head back. And
so what did she want? You just like this?
You want me to sit like this? And then I went like this. And I passed out like this. And that's what I remember. And it was like, it went black, like a tunnel. Like, and it literally, have you seen Get Out actually?
Yeah.
You know that scene when he falls down?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. I was there. And it was just like... Love how I'm reenacting this for you guys. Come over to YouTube to watch me reenacting my near-death experience.
No, Aleesha has been vlogging her jaw realignment surgery journey, and I'd actually really recommend everyone to watch it. I've watched both.
There's two so far.
The first one really upset me.
Did it?
I don't know why, but it was you at the end when you asked your dad, "Can you stay with me?"
I know,
and I was like.
I was so upset.
But I'd really recommend it. But also, it's really nice to see how well you've recovered since then.
No, all glory to God for real, because my recovery, apart from that little blip, my recovery has been insane. Like every time I see the doctors, they're really shocked. They're saying, you know, like I'm like months ahead of where I'm meant to be in the recovery process. Even like my face right now, no swelling really. There's probably only like 2% swelling left, and I was able to talk like immediately after coming
We
out.
know.
Yeah,
We know.
She's definitely a podcaster.
No, yeah.
So
Well,
yeah.
oh,
And now here I am.
glad to have
New
you back.
face, new jawline, new cheekbones.
It's so funny because when I take pictures of Aleesha now, like we went to a school last week, or we spoke at a school, and there was one shot where you were doing something and you saw the video after, you were like, I love my side profile.
Love it. I love it. But also disclaimer, guys, it was not a cosmetic surgery, because quite a lot of people have actually messaged me and asked if I got it done for cosmetic reasons. It was with the NHS because basically it's to correct your bite, because that's not how it's meant to be. So, but I was going to ask you a question on the topic of near-death experiences. Have you ever had one?
I don't know the extent, because it could have been. That's the point.
Okay, go on.
But basically, in Spain, we have a family friend who lives somewhere up in the mountains it's very nice. I can't remember the name. It's like La Cala de Mijas, like in the mountains up there.
Mm-hmm.
And my family and I were all going up to visit him. And when I say that it's vertical, it's literally like this. My dad, it was a manual car, and he only drives automatic.
Oh.
And so at that point in time, there's this thing, I'm not sure if all my drivers know, even though I haven't passed, there's this thing called a bite, that you need to get a bite if you're up in a mountain. So it stops you from rolling back.
Okay.
But he couldn't get the bite.
Okay.
And it goes like, it's not a straight up road, it's curved each time. So imagine we're on the corner, and if you go down, you go off the mountain. You don't go like down the hill, you go off. But he did it, but it was like every time he tried to get the car going, it would literally roll back further and further.
So scary.
So that to me was one. And then DV, definitely there.
Wait, you being serious or?
I'm not joking.
Wait, go on.
It's honest. Some things I don't think are legal. Like I don't know how some parts in Duke of Edinburgh was legal, but we were basically going up a mountain, but to the mountain is literally a pit. Like, you know, step left, it's a pit. But it was rainy, it was slippery, there were rocks, and you're carrying these fat rucksacks.
That's dangerous.
It really is. It really, really is. I truly don't know how.
Did you slip?
It's allowed. I slipped, and I just remember speaking to God.
Yeah.
Like the whole time, I was like,
yeah.
We'll be fine. No, but sometimes literally. I'm like, this is near it. This is, yeah.
I've had a few as well. And actually hearing yours reminded me of more.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
We actually have loads, don't we, as humans? Obviously, there was the one in the hospital most recently. That was definitely the scariest one out of all. But then there was one, when I lived in Scotland, this was really silly of me. Obviously, I don't recommend anyone to do this
what did
ever.
You do?
So I was having a race with my friends, but basically where the race started was on like a side road, like, and it ended like at the main road. Yeah, I know. So I was running so quickly because I was determined, and it was a
Gonzalez
guy
over here.
It was a guy that I was racing against, so I was like running as quick as I can. And then by the time I got to the end of the road, like now where it's meeting the main road, there was a big truck coming, and I realised that I couldn't slow down because I was like, I'm going so quick that if I actually slow down now, I'm going to end up stopping right in front of that lorry or stopping in the road.
Just run past it.
So I had to speed up. I was like, I'm going to have to speed up. And then I made that split decision, and I sped up and ran past the lorry. And when I tell you, by the skin of my teeth, I made it past that lorry.
Skin of
my... Is that the right saying? Is it neck of my teeth?
No, you're right.
Yeah? No.
I think. You're right. Well, go ahead. It's okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that was crazy. Then another one was with my dad driving as well, actually, which your dad reminded me of. Dad's been wilding out here. He was driving me to the airport to go to New York, and he was really tired because he hadn't slept the night before. So he was really, really tired and sleepy on the road, which again, obviously don't recommend that. If you're tired, don't drive on the road. Be safe, kids. And yeah, I was in the middle of the motorway and he was sleeping with his eyes open. So I didn't know that he was asleep.
How can you do that?
I don't know. And then the car started drifting towards a Tesla.
Isn't that a
So
song?
I had to
Drift?
scream.
Drift.
Is it? Oh yeah, Drift. Oh
How
yeah,
does it
yeah,
go?
the Jamaican song.
Yeah.
I forgot now, which is so bad of me. But I know the dance. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then we were drifting into the Tesla, and then I screamed, "Dad!" And then I got my hand on the steering wheel. Then he got the steering wheel, went the other way, and then we was about to go into the barrier, and then again, back the other way.
So you saved each other.
He saved us. Well, yeah, we saved each other.
I'm glad you're here to tell the tale, Aleesha.
Literally. Right, on to you, your life updates.
My life update is I am officially done with education. And honestly, it doesn't feel real, but I couldn't be happier.
It's mad that you're actually done with it for real, because you don't need any further qualifications.
No.
Wow.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm done. So after Aleesha had her surgery, which is really cute how our things timed out, because obviously when Aleesha had her surgery, I was doing the podcast stuff. Yeah. And then when I had my exams, Aleesha took on the podcast stuff. So it was really great. But I've mentioned before, I'm doing something called the SQE. And I've officially had my exams for SQE2. And they actually, for me, I found them very enjoyable. I didn't so much enjoy the studying part of it. I really, 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 really struggled to find the motivation to study for these exams, which confused me, because I thought, because I know these are the last ones, like surely you'd be more motivated. But I think I was just so burnt out. I couldn't take sitting down every day. And when I say I study, I literally do study from early in the morning to late at night. And it just felt like I couldn't see the end of studying, even though I knew the exams were coming up. But all in all, I think the exams went well.
You're actually glowing now as well, may I add.
Thanks, girl.
Just like a post-exam
I
glow.
actually have good sleep.
Yeah.
Or no, I don't have good sleep, but like I don't wake up to feeling like there's a weight on my chest that I need to study.
Yeah, that anxiety of it.
The results come out in like 4 months. So until then, I'm telling myself it's all good.
It will be. Trust me, you're intelligent. I was going to say, can you explain what happened with your results for those that don't know?
Yeah, so with regard to SQE, split into two parts, SQE1 and SQE2. And at the beginning of SQE1, you basically sit the exam in January and you get the results in March, and then you sit SQE2 in April. But when I got my results in March, I sat it this year, January, I got told I'd failed the exam. One of the exams. So doing that, I was like, oh! Yeah. Bear in mind, I've never failed anything in my life before. So that was the first time I was like, But if I'm really honest, guys, when I sat the exam in January, I truly think I was an outer body version of myself. I don't recall sitting it. I don't remember sitting it. Had I not filmed my experience doing it, I would not have any memory of those exams because of just how intense it was. Yeah. But anyways, got the results, got told I failed. I was like, eesh. But I sort of knew why I'd failed. There were lots of things going on at the time. So I was like, fair enough. But I was preparing to resit, knowing that I will pass the next time. And then a month later, get an email from the SRA.
I can't believe.
Saying that they made a mistake.
Yeah, I actually can't believe this to this day.
I was just like, what? Yeah. Because like I said before, when I saw my results, I filmed that too. I was like,
oh, did you? Yeah. Did you post it?
I haven't posted anything.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll probably be part of back now. Something. Yeah.
Yeah, just to announce, Praise is back on YouTube, so check out our channel. I watched your life update. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
But yeah, now I'm done as far as I'm concerned. Maybe we'll be back in the future, both of us doing.
Yeah. Well, I definitely will be going back into education.
What are you going for?
MBA.
I might do
what Alyssa was talking about.
Maybe PhD.
Shout out to Alyssa.
So yeah, those are our life updates. And Aleesha and I we start work at the same time. Well, she starts a month before me.
Yeah.
So I get.
I know, but do you know it's crazy because this time of year is when everything goes so quickly. Like before we know it, Christmas.
I was thinking that because it's technically been
Boxing
2 weeks since I've finished my exams.
Yeah,
and I was quick. Like, this is supposed to be my gap for 3-4 months, and what has happened?
Oh, have you sorted out your travel plans? I know you're looking at traveling.
So I have them semi-sorted.
Mm-hmm.
I've got it. I know what I'm doing, but I've got my travel plans for my gap 3 months basically sorted.
I love how we got a gap 3 months.
But it's so funny because I'm determined to do a specific type of travel, but because I had holidays booked with friends as well, is that I have to be back by a certain time to go on that holiday, then be back again to go on another holiday, and then I start work.
Gosh.
But it will all be exciting, and I'm so happy for the both of us. Like, we both did really big things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been good.
I wonder if I should try to squeeze another holiday in before.
You may as well. Also, one thing I will say, which I said on my channel, but I also feel like it's been the same for Aleesha, is that I feel really grateful to have been surrounded by so much love.
No, I agree. I really agree. Especially like with my surgery as well.
Yeah.
When I looked around, like I had so many. I saw the gifts you posted as well from your friends. It was so nice. And like obviously with my surgery, like Praise sent me flowers. Then like Tanaka bought me some equipment that I needed for the surgery.
Oh.
My other friend helped me get the equipment, another piece of equipment that I needed. Obviously I had my nana, my dad, everyone looking after me.
So sweet.
Yeah, and I just felt like my friends like were so
show
supportive.
up for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So grateful. You've got to hold like your friends close, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in that season. You know, we were talking about like different seasons. This is like friend season.
But obviously, it's November. This will be posted in November, so it is November. Like Christmas is coming up. The festive season is here. It's family spreading love, joy.
You know, may I add as well, this is the first year where I've really appreciated autumn. Like, I think this year autumn has been my favourite. Even though I've had like the most like challenging things this autumn, it's also been like quite, I don't know, nice.
I've felt quite out of it. I'm not gonna lie, because of my exams. I'm surprised we're in November. Yeah, but I enjoyed summer. I don't know how I had a summer with all my exams. I'm not joking. I genuinely question, because even when I got the results for the masters, we literally went to a festival, Aleesha.
Oh yeah, we did.
The day before my master's exam. What?
That's so funny.
But
no regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
But yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So even though this is like a cute short episode, we just wanted to get this out so you know what's going on. Now we're going to move on to a segment of To My Younger Self, which we call What's the Tea? So I've got another dilemma here, which I'm going to read out. Of course, Aleesha hasn't seen it, so we can get her proper advice, and mine too. But let me just get started. I need advice. All through my first 2 years, my mum tracked my location whenever I was at school. And sometimes she would text me asking what I was doing at a certain location. This makes me deeply uncomfortable, as I feel I need my own privacy, especially as a uni student. I told her that I don't want this to continue during my 3rd year. I feel as if this is setting my boundaries with her, but she's insisting that I am being selfish because this matters so much to her. She worries about my safety, even though there is a very low risk. What should I do? Should I let her track my movements as it gives her comfort, even though it makes me very uncomfortable?
I like this one. You picked a good one.
I'm the
perfect person to ask, because I actually share my location with my dad. So I'm the perfect person to ask this question. So my initial thoughts is I totally get how you feel, because when my dad first said to me that we all needed to start downloading Life 360 and sharing locations with each other, I was like the biggest like person against it, because I felt like it was just like it just like invades like your privacy, your freedom. And I just felt like, are you going to like track my every movement and have an issue if I'm at a certain place? Like, why can't you just trust my word? If I text you and say I'm going here, then that means I'm here. So I really was like quite uncomfortable with it. But then me and my dad spoke about it more, and he obviously just made me aware that it was more for safety. And it was actually more so for my younger brother as well, like for safety reasons.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, fine. And then then I had it on my phone in sixth form. And then when I went to university, obviously the app was still on my phone, but I ended up having a conversation with my dad and saying like, look, like I'm an adult now. Because obviously before, when you're at school, firstly, like there's nothing you can do. So like if your dad says you're gonna, or your dad or your mom says you need to share your location and you're like 16 years old, like you kind of have to.
Yeah.
But whereas when I turned
before 18, I'd say.
Yeah, exactly. Like I kind of like obeyed the rules, if that makes sense. When I turned 18 and I'm going to uni, now I was like what is the point? Like I don't understand the point of this, because like, you know, at this point I'm sure we built up some level of trust. But then what my dad did that was really good is he started sharing his location with me, so that now on the app I can see my dad and my brothers. And I actually am the person that uses the app the most now. I always like check what they're doing, like just out of interest. I love it. Yeah, so like I think like maybe that's a suggestion, is like having the conversation about you both sharing locations with each other, because then it's not like like a parental thing. It's actually just like a mutual thing.
I think the beneficial part of this is that she's your mother. Or exactly, like it's a parent. It's a parent asking for this. So you can sort of assume most likely it is solely for the case of safety. However, you did say that sometimes she would text me asking what I was doing at a certain location. And here is where I feel like a conversation probably needs to happen, because there should be a manner in which the location usage is used.
Yeah, I
so
agree.
For example, like say you're out with friends or just somewhere she doesn't know.
Yeah.
I get her being concerned, but there's a time and a place to ask. So like not when you're out, for example, maybe a bit later, or a conversation in that there's a way it should be used. So maybe the trust has to be there.
I agree.
How would you feel if your dad was asking you all the time, like, why are you here? Why are you here?
No, I would definitely be quite annoyed, because he never asked me those questions. And I think because he doesn't ask those questions, I know it is nothing to do with trust.
Yeah.
It is solely to do with safety.
Yeah.
Like if I was to go missing, my dad and my brother has my location
exactly.
at all times. And the world is scary. Like I literally went to that serial killer exhibition and I was shook for like a week. Like it is a scary world. So I can see the need for safety precautions.
Like I share mine with my brothers and my mum. So like we all have each other's.
That's nice.
And it's solely for the reason of safety again, because I come home quite late at night.
Yeah, exactly.
And at least they know where I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if we're traveling, like we're always in different countries.
I'm always traveling.
It's very beneficial. I think maybe not to take away from how you're feeling, of course not, because it's very valid. I would be annoyed and irritated too.
And I was quite irritated at first as well. I think it's just like it takes a level of understanding and also just like setting those boundaries.
100%. So like I'd recommend having a conversation with your mum about this. And you're not in the wrong for feeling this type of way, but also she isn't either for trying to care. There's just a way you can go about these things without there being so much conflict.
Exactly. That was a good one. Wow,
go us.
That was really good.
But yeah, guys.
Aww.
That's us.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode, catching up with us, just hearing all of our updates.
Near-death experiences.
Like quite traumatic up in here. I do want to ask before we leave, if you are enjoying our episodes, because we've released quite a lot now, actually.
And we've uploaded, let me not speak too soon, but we have uploaded every Monday.
Single Monday.
I don't know how.
Yeah, but
we had some
very late nights.
But we're doing it, so.
But yeah, this is episode 8, isn't it? Yeah. So 8 weeks, 2 months of To My Younger Self.
Wow.
So yeah, if you are enjoying, please rate, leave us a review on Spotify, Apple, and subscribe over on YouTube.
And follow us on Instagram.
Yes, definitely.
Because that's where all the live updates are.
Exactly. So yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your girl Praise.
It's Aleesha, or it's been Aleesha.
And we will see you next week with another episode of To My Younger Self.
Bye guys.